No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills, in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
you don't let everyone into your home.
Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labour, the women take care of the children who live here full time. It could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere in a free society.
If you don't see what is taking place in America when in Arkansas they have now established a whites-only town in 2025, I wanted to tell that town who will not allow black people to live there, God bless you. But since you won't let black people move into that all-white town in Arkansas, I wanted to read for you your HOA. Since black people can't live there. In Arkansas, zoom the camera in. I got to tell y'all this. If you live in that whites-only town in Arkansas where black people are not allowed to live, here's your rules of engagement for the neighborhood association. Only put up stop signs. Because if you put up a red light, a black man made that. Pull it down. In that all-white town, only serve your kids jelly sandwiches. They can't eat peanut butter because a black man made that. When you build your houses, don't use a vacuum cleaner because a black man made that. When you go to press your clothes, don't use an ironing board because a black man made that. If you got an iPhone, throw it away because all of the ingredients on the inside come from the soil of Africa. Don't use it there.
This community in the US state of Arkansas is being developed exclusively for white residents. There are doubts whether this is actually legal, but for the leader of the community, it's a utopia.
I was attracted to it because I felt that we were too isolated. I became more concerned about the future of my identity group, white Americans. I don't have any other group that I belong to, really.
He has been looking for like-minded people on the internet. So far, he has found 40 others to move to the 160-acre compound.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. And they're preparing food for the weekly community dinner. The theme tonight, colonial.
I don't know, dinner's really important. I like feeding people, so I didn't want to put this off any longer than I already had.
So for these whites-only communities that are starting in Arkansas and Missouri, when you say no blacks allowed, that's fine, but just make sure that it also includes black inventions. So a couple of things that I don't want to see in these white-only communities. If you're going to have a house, no home security system, okay? Just get you a German Shepherd and have him protect y'all. No home security system, okay? That was a black invention. Only stop signs in the white-only communities. I don't want to see no traffic lights. Black man came up with that. Only stop signs for you guys. I don't want to see your little racist children playing with super soakers or eating peanut butter. Black and black, okay? Jelly sandwiches for your little racist ass kids. Only jelly, no peanut butter. No potato chips. I don't give it. You better pack celery in they damn lunch bags. No potato chips. If you need to dry your clothes, use a clothesline, okay? You are not allowed to use a clothes dryer. That is a black invention. If there's a fire, a bucket and some water, that's what you're allowed to use because the fire extinguisher was invented by a black man. If you have your little racist cookouts, no folding chairs. Sit your ass on the ground. Summertime. Don't want to see any AC units. Go to Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, get you a good fan. No AC units in the whites only community. If you go play golf with your little racist buddies, you better hit that bitch off the ground. You are not allowed to use golf tees. Black invention. If you're riding a horse, you want to go get your little racist horse and go on a little racist ride, you are not allowed to use a saddle. Sit your ass on that horse bareback, and I hope your nuts hurt. If you need to iron your clothes, iron them shits on the bed or on the floor. You are not allowed to use an ironing board. For all doors, they better be push and pull. You are not allowed to have a doorknob. Black invention. If you need to do something with your hair, comb it. You are not allowed to use a hairbrush. That is a black invention. You spill something on the floor, get you some good high absorbent paper towels and wipe that shit up. You are not allowed to use a mop. That is a black invention. And how about this? You're not allowed to wear shoes. You better find a good pair of sandals. Shoes, the modern day shoe technology was invented by a black man. That's right, I said it. And when you eat your little racist dinner at night, eat that shit on newspaper on the floor because you're not allowed to eat at the kitchen table, which is also a black invention. So enjoy your white communities. Just be in mind that if you don't want blacks there, make sure you don't have black shit there either.
Well, let them build a white-only community in Arkansas. They'll find out. They'll find out how bored they are. I mean, without Mexican, indigenous, black, Asian influences, like, what are they even doing? Like just eating mayonnaise and listening to country music, I guess? Like, I'd be really worried about the kids in that community, though, right? Like, they're going to become the entertainment in an evil sort of way. But other than that, just let them have their experiment. They'll find out.
When I look at pictures at Central, I see me smiling. That was also a strategy. The nature of racism, hatred, all those things is to dim your smile, dim your beauty, dim every aspect of you, and I wasn't going to let them do it to me. We were harassed every day, inspiring, brave, we turned away. Heads held high, we walked the halls, and I walked like I belong. Oh, yes, like I belong. Little Rock 9.
In the fall of 1957, Minnie Jean Brown Trickey took her rightful place in what had previously been a whites-only school, and she helped set America on a path towards desegregation in public schools. Please rise and give a very warm and loving welcome to Miss Minnie Jean Brown Trickey.
Honestly, in a million years, I could not have anticipated what it was going to be like. I actually rely on the photos. The people screaming hatred behind us and the soldiers not letting us go in. Also, the horror of what people were screaming and saying. I was so scared. They were saying, hang them. They were saying, kill them. I saw them, and I said to myself, I will never behave like that for any reason toward anyone as long as I live. I was a kid who was told that our enemy was the Soviets and we were hiding under the desks. And I was doing all the anthems and singing all the songs. And then on that day, I was really disappointed and I just lost so much of my beliefs.
Charlie H. wanted to know what gave you the courage to walk the halls every day.
There were 20 nice kids who would either speak to us or smile at us. There were about 300 really mean kids, but then that meant there were 1,700 silent witnesses who stood by and said nothing. So if you're walking through terror, if somebody smiles with a genuine smile, you're feeling, oh, there's hope. There's hope. What makes me interested in interacting with young people is because I know who I was, and I value that in young people. I just want them to know that they are capable of so much, and that they don't have to tolerate things the way they are. We have kids who have families who are being picked up and brutalized by ICE. I'm not sure if it was like that for me. So my so-called courage is small compared to what they have to come up with in their everyday lives, and I want them to feel up to the challenge.
We have heard that you were especially targeted of all of the 9, so I was wondering if you could expound on perhaps why.
A sociologist did interviews with white women about their experience at Central, and they said, we hated that Minnie Jean so much. She walked the halls of Central like she belonged there. This is what people said. Excuse me, wherever you walk like you belong there, okay? That is my challenge to you, okay? Walk like you belong, because you do. My name is Minnie Jean Brown Trickey, and this is my brief but spectacular take on walking like you belong.
Welcome everybody to the second meeting of our newly established Embreedia, a whites only town. Today I would like to discuss what laws we would like to see put in place. Do I have any ideas? Yes. No seasoning on chicken, absolutely no seasoning on chicken. I always say when it comes to chicken, the more white, the more right. In fact, if you boil your chicken, you can get it even whiter. So I would strongly recommend that. Do we have any other ideas? Yes. No vaccines. Well, that's a gimme, Bill, you fucking idiot. If it can't be healed with ivermectin, then we will just die. We can make polio great again. Do I have any other ideas? Yes. We need a flag. I couldn't agree more, and in fact, I've been keeping something secret from y'all, something I've been working real hard on. I hope you like it as much as I do. This is my suggestion for the new Embreedia flag. You see, here we have the United States flag. We have a jar of mayo. What could represent us better? That's right, Linda, potato salad with raisins, the only way to eat a potato salad. Thank you all so much. All in favor of making this the new Embreedia flag? Excellent, this shall be our new flag. Thank you all so much. I'm getting tired and I need a smoke, so we're gonna go ahead and adjourn this meeting. Next time I want you to think about what kind of establishments you would like to see in Embreedia. Thank y'all so much.
I 100% agree with this white-only town. I'm in full support of it. And every Black and African creator should be running promotions and supporting this initiative that these white supremacists are doing by creating this town. It's a fantastic idea. Guys, you do not know how happy I was to see this story. I'm like, listen, as many of you guys that want to move to this town, please move there. There are some basic rules and regulations. Please, when you move there, You cannot hire Latino workers. You cannot take African resources. So whatever resources that you're using there, please do not take any resources from Africa. You cannot take Arab oil. So whatever oil you're using to power your cars or your machinery, no more Arab oil. You're not taking any more Arab oil. The cobalt and coltan you're getting from Congo for your phones, and that is no more. Everything you produce in this white supremacist town should be coming from white folks. You cannot get any black people to come and work for you. We're not cleaning your floors. We're not driving your taxis. Indians, you're not getting any Indians to work in your in stores or whatever. No Indian doctors, none of that. No surgeons. When you get sick, please do not go and look for a Chinese or Asian surgeon to help you out, or African nurses to care for you and your children. That is over with. I love this concept. I love it. Many people do not know their history and they've been so miseducated. I've said this many times that the biggest victims of white supremacy are white people, not black people or any other brown person on the planet. White folks, because they've been put into a position where they cannot actually function by themselves. The people who are most scared about this are white, rich people who understand what this could mean if white people start making this a thing. Because they need us to be together and fighting each other. They do not want people to be separating themselves, because they understand that very quickly they will realize the folly of racism and white supremacy.
You're absolutely right. Whites only towns back in the day were what we called sundown towns. So a sundown town were towns where black people knew not to be caught after dark. Not because we didn't want to be there, but because it wasn't safe. That wasn't a suggestion. That was a survival rule. So now here we are in 2025, and y'all think y'all invented something new with an all-white town in Arkansas? No, baby, this is a remix. And the wild part, honestly, for me, the system is set up to benefit whites in America, yet they still felt like they needed a whites-only town to be able to feel like they're prospering. Think about it. How mediocre do you have to be when the whole deck is stacked in your favor and you still like, nope, we still got to create an environment that we can win? That tells me you know you can't compete in the real world, even when you know the rules are written to help you. And y'all call it a safe space, but let's be honest, a safe space for who? Because black people in America, we never had the luxury of creating a safe space in which we could keep it to ourselves without white America coming in and totally destroying it. Meanwhile, you're out here begging for media coverage to show off your gated bubble. So yeah, sundown towns have always existed, and we know their history. The difference now is we're not scared. We're not running, and we're not going to lose no sleep over it. If that's the space you need to feel relevant, go ahead. Because here's the truth. Black people don't care about being in your little sundown sequel. We care about making sure our communities get what they deserve. And that's something no sundown town can stop.
And you want to protect your own community, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's when you want to do that when it's on other people's land, when other ethnicities want to do that, eat Black Wall Street, or still go into their place and police it, higher incarceration rate, put things into their community, such as drugs, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be a part of that community, but I still want to know what they're doing. Preserve your race. Well, maybe the blacks want to preserve their race. And if you're really about, hey, we want to do our own thing, well, give them all their land back. That goes for indigenous, that goes for African nation, that goes for all these nations. Give them their land back, give them all the interest back, and give them all the resources you've taken and you benefited to make your country. If you're really about, hey, we just want to be by ourselves and do our own thing, prove it. Because at the moment, you're just talk.
So I just found out that white people are making their own town, and in Arkansas at that. And then somebody made a video saying that black people are mad, but honey, we are not mad. We don't care. And it's in Arkansas. I never thought about going to Arkansas. No tea, no shade for the people that lives in Arkansas, but never thought about living there or visiting. And why y'all trying to make your own town when y'all have sundown towns already, where y'all don't even want black people to go, and y'all murder them when it get dark? Like, make it make sense. And how much you want to bet if black people was to do that again, we have our own town, we make our own money, banks, stores thriving as they did back in the day, and y'all were mad, so y'all burned it down? literally, y'all would be even more mad today if we did that. Let's keep it a bean and let's keep it a buck. Y'all would. But I wouldn't mind all the racist people to leave. Cause bye. Like we supposed to be mad. We're not mad. Go.
Funniest part about that whites only town in Arkansas, black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Why aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, poo-poo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happened? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down. But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building their town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Because truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
I need y'all to understand that those people do not intend to leave us alone in their little town in Arkansas. It's recently been in the news that some chalk children in America have decided to create their own whites-only town. And when asked by a reporter, they made it seem as though that they intend to just have a town of their own and resources of their own and just live off the land, returning to the land. A land that they stole through crimes against humanity, but who's counting? Many brothers and sisters' take on this is, hey, we don't care if y'all have your own, just leave us alone in the process. I mean, every time we've tried to do that, y'all have burned our towns down. And I'm just here to tell y'all that unfortunately, they do not intend to leave us alone. In the interview with the colonizer that wants to found this whites-only town in Arkansas, they're making it seem as though they just want to live in peace. We must remember that these are people that have never known peace. They didn't know peace when they was by themselves in the ice-cold mountains of Europe, and they're not going to know peace in the middle of Arkansas. In the 70s, there was a black scholar that broke down white supremacy into an equation. The same way that E equals MC squared, white supremacy equals white power over non-white powerlessness. And so that means that white supremacy cannot live in an environment where non-white people have any form of power. Because if there's no non-white people around, who are they superior to? Nothing they have achieved has been achieved by leaving people alone. It's like if your son or daughter said they didn't want to live in the house anymore and locked themselves in their room. In order to eat, brush their teeth, or do anything, that child would have to come outside the room. And it's the same thing for them. At some point, they are going to need resources and labor, and that's when they turn to us. And if we have our own power and our own resources, then we have no reason to share with them. And that is when they destroy what we have so that we have to work with them. Don't be fooled. Just like the movie Sinners, it all starts out nice and pleasant, but they have ulterior motives.
So I caught wind of the whites only town going up in Missouri. You can click on the Stitch video to see what exactly it is, okay? So there's this other whites only town, okay? Okay, this isn't going to be the first, and it's probably not going to be the last. I approve, actually. I approve because that'll give every single person who does not want to be around anyone who is non-white a place to go, okay? Since they don't want to travel back to Europe, I mean, it'll give them a place to go and stay. I would like, if I can offer some suggestions, I would like them to actually build a wall around themselves. Okay, that's what I would actually, I honestly would. Just to be clear, I think they should build a huge wall around themselves and just stay there. And this will actually take the pressure off of Black America. It'll actually take the pressure off of the indigenous. It'll take the pressure off for us to build our own communities then, because you will already have had, because they plan on expanding this to 50 different states. So that way we'll have everything out here and you can have everything within your walls. Okay? I love the idea.
What's happening when a community tries to shut itself off from diversity? That's the question and the topic for today. According to the claim surrounding this topic, a small town in Arkansas that promoted itself as a white-only community. Eventually, they started this community 2025, and now 2026, they are facing major serious economic and social challenges. Business struggle to find workers, local shops saw fewer customers, and the community found itself dealing with labor shortage as a shrinking population. Whether discussing this specific claim or the broader idea, one lesson stands out. Modern communities depend on people from all backgrounds: teachers, healthcare workers, construction crew, entrepreneur, truck driver, and small business owner all play a role in keeping town alive and growing. And do not forget, in all these aspects, you are going to find a Black man and Black workers. Now, they call this town white only. History has repeatedly shown that when communities isolated themselves or excluded others, they often limit their own opportunity for economic growth, innovation, and long-term success. Strong local economy are built on cooperation, talent, and opportunity, not on race. As the story gained attention online, it sparked a wider conversation about inclusion, workforce shortage, and the importance of welcoming people based on their ability rather than the color of their skin. Supporters of inclusion argue that thriving communities are those that create opportunity for everyone to contribute. Whether every details of the fire story is accurate, the debate highlights an important reality. No community succeeds in isolation. Prosperity is built when people work together hands in hands, respect one another, and invest in shared future. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification bell so you never miss our coverage of the biggest social and political stories. Now, tell us in the comment section, what do you think that makes a community truly strong? Shared identity or shared opportunity? We'd love to hear from your perspective. Thank you.